Hi everyone, I wanted to share with you my technique for making pendants with alcoholic paintings. So I have these alcohol ink paintings that I make on Yupo paper, which I then punch out and I place them onto these, I think they're called bezels. Place them onto these bezels that I've gotten in a variety of different designs with diamond glaze, which is supposed to be a jewelry glue. And I let it stay there like that for a day or two, after which I take one of these Pebeo, it's supposed to be for stained glass, this paint, but or ceramics, but I like to use it to make my dots on these pendants just because dots are my signature style and I want my pendants to be just instantly recognizable as being mine, because a lot of people do these alcohol ink painting pendants and I would like for mine to look different and unique. So I use this, and it's depending on the amount of pressure you apply, it can either be big dots or small dots. And I just go and I add them. I try not to interfere too much with the design or the flow of the painting. I just try to make the dots follow the flow of the paint. And once these are done, I set these aside and I let them stay like that for about 3 to 4 hours so that the paint is completely dry. It's pretty thick paint, so you don't want it to smudge, and setting them aside and walking away from them is the best thing I've done to save them, really. And I'm making some dots straight, some are curved. It all again depends on the flow of the painting, and in some I haven't done any dots at all. So I think I only did one in which I didn't do any dots. The rest of them I did do dots in all of them, and I used gold for the most part, except for in the silver ones I used a pearl. And these are all done, and now I'm going to do something that I've never done with these before. I've never done resin on these. I have made pendants and earlier, but those were with fluid art work. So where I made a fluid art painting with acrylic paints and I used the skin to make pendants out of, and then I put a glass cabochon on top, which was domed already and gave a 3D effect. But I've never resined any of my pendants before. But now that I'm getting more and more comfortable with resin, I figured I could use that as a topper for these, because it just does dry up and cure as well as glass, and it does look pretty neat in the pendants that I've seen other people make. So I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before. I'm hoping I won't mess these up because they really look good right now, but hopefully it's going to work and it's going to enhance the look of these beauties over here. So after waiting for a couple of days and letting the paint, the dots completely dry up, I am now doing resin work on these. I'm not using Pro Marine on these. I'm using Liquid Diamonds resin. It's my first time using that, but that's the one that came highly recommended for jewelry. So I'm hoping that it'll work. It's a very different kind of consistency. It's more water-like. It's not as thick as Pro Marine, but I have read that if you let it be for about 20 to 25 minutes and then pour it on, it's thicker. It's more of a honey-like consistency and is used for doming. My plan is to do a simple pour once, and you can see I've poured it here. This is the first pour, and then I'm going to do a second pour where I'll try to get the domed effect with a thicker consistency in a couple of hours after this, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow, I'm not sure. But the inks kind of moved in an interesting way after pouring the resin, so I'm really curious to see how these will turn out. Again, it's an experiment, and I'm taking a risk, but that's what life is all about. So thanks for watching.